8. Now, paragraph 71 says, on the 3rd of January 2025, Brigadier Letoko communicated Minister Mkunu's decision to myself and other officials. This communication directed me, the DNC for crime detection, to communicate the deactivation of the PKTT to the relevant teams, implement the deactivation of the PKTT, and further submit a close-up report by 14 January 2025 for the National Commissioner's consideration and sign off. A copy of this document is attached here to SS9. I pause to mention that, as a matter of course, I ordinarily receive regular communication from Brigadier Letoko. In the execution of this function, Brigadier Letoko regularly conveys and copies communication and instructions on behalf of the National Commissioner. This is further evidenced by SS7, which reflects a response by Brigadier Letoko on behalf of the National Commissioner to DHAS conveying such communication. This pattern of communication forms part of the established chain of command. Accordingly, I have always acted on the basis of official instructions transmitted through these channels, and at no stage have I acted outside or contrary to the directive communicated to me in this manner. Paragraph 73, it is accordingly evident from this correspondence that the National Commissioner was fully aware of the disbandment of the PKTT and had instructed me to execute this disbandment in line with Minister Mkunu's directive. It is also noteworthy to add that the National Commissioner did not raise any objection on concerns regarding the disbandment directive. I emphasize that any role that I played in the disbandment of the PKTT was undertaken solely in the course and scope of instructions issued to me by the National Commissioner. As I report directly to him, I was entitled to presume that such instructions were lawfully issued and duly authorized, particularly as I knew that the National Commissioner himself had received directive from the Minister Mkunu. The alternative would have been to defy a direct order from my superior, which would itself have constituted unlawful conduct and a disciplinary offense. On the 7th of January 2025, following receipt of the email from the Office of the National Commissioner dated 3 January 2025, which is SS9, my office directed and emailed to the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo, and brought SS9 to his attention. I directed that he provide a closing report for his sign-off by 13 January 2025. A copy of the email dated 7 January 2025 is attached or marked as SS10. In amplification of the above, I also attach here to marked SS11 a screenshot of the WhatsApp communication between myself and Colonel Afanand of my office. In this exchange, Colonel Afanand confirmed that he discussed the contents of SS9 with Brigadier Letoko, the author thereof, and further confirmed that SS10 was sent to Lieutenant General Khumalo for the purpose of preparing a close-up report to be signed off by 13 January 2025. The National Commissioner was on leave at the time when I received the email on 3 January 2025. General Musigidi was appointed as the acting National Commissioner on the 31st of December 2024. I called Major General Rabi to assist me with preparing an implementation plan. General Rabi is the head of strategic management in the Office of the National Commissioner. After having discussions with Major General Rabi, he confirmed that he would put an implementation plan together for my consideration before and submit to the National Commissioner.
General, can I just check this for clarification? You say General Musikidi was acting on the 31st of December, from the 31st of December.
That is correct.
So as at the date that Litoko, sorry, I forget his title, as the date of his email to you on the 3rd of January, General Musikidi would have been the acting National Commissioner at that time.
That is correct.
Is that what it is?
That is correct.
So he would have been so Litoko would have been sending the email of the 3rd of January to you on behalf of the acting National Commissioner, in the way things work.
It may be from the National Commissioner as well, because even if he's on leave, he's still able to give instructions as the National Commissioner.
Okay, so there's a possibility that Litoko was sending either on behalf of General Masemula or the acting National Commissioner. Anyone, it could be anyone of the two.
The one thing that is certain is that as Brigadier Litoko, the staff officer, before sending anything outside, either the National Commissioner or acting shall have been discussed with that person, and then it goes.
All right, now I understand. Thank you. Yes, thank you, General. You may proceed to where you were going.
On the 14th of January 2025, General Rabi sent the implementation plan to Major General Sebola from the Office of the National Commissioner and on the 16th of January 2025, General Sebola sent implementation plan to me. A copy of the email reflecting this email trail is attached here to Annexer SS12. In other words, both General Rabi and General Sebola are in the National Commissioner's office. General Rabi is a strategic general responsible for all the reports that come from the National Commissioner, presentation before Parliament, and any strategic issue or report the National Commissioner may want to produce. General Rabi. General Sebola is the executive office of the National Commissioner, prepare a document, send it to General Sebola for General Sebola to discuss with the National Commissioner. Then from there it can be let out. Now, the foregoing sequence can be seen from the following sequence of correspondence. General Rabi sent the implementer from the Office of the National Commissioner on 14 January 2025 at 14:10. General Rabi then sent the implementation plan again to General Sebola on 14 January 2025 at 15:43, meaning the first document went out, and then the National Commissioner, let's say the National Commissioner says, but change one. The National Commissioner will say, this is operational, let General Sibiya sign it. Then the originator of the document will then go back and say, no, put it in the name of General Sibiya again. That's why the same document was sent, when you can check. The logical question will be, why would General Rabi send a document at 14:10? The same document I can send it on 15:43. Now, but the bottom line is, I then get that document from the Office of General Sebola. On the 16th of January 2025, at 11:36, General Sebola then sent the implementation plan to Captain Sibongile from my office. Sibongile then printed the...
Is Sibongile a surname?
It's Keketi...
Oh. Because it's usually a first name, that's why I'm asking.
Captain Keketi.
All
It's
right,
in my office.
Let's continue.
Of God, Commissioner. But it's Keketi in my office. She's one of my support structure in the office. Now, General Rabi had cited the author of the...
Sorry, General, let me just pause you there, because you, subsequent to preparing this statement, on Monday evening, you forwarded further annexures for the Commission to consider. Annexure that you said was relevant to paragraph 79 of your statement as SS43. do you still want to refer the commission to that annexure or not? I'm just bringing it to your attention because it's not in the statement as it reads right now, because you sent it to us after the statement.
What is that one? All right, let me use this one. Now,
Is this the annexure that you
yes.
wanted to refer
Commissioner-
to for this paragraph?
Yes, by luck, I came across this document that was sent to me by Captain Keketi that says,
Let me just direct the chair and the commissioners. It's SS 43, and it's page 630.
Yes, yes.
the message, the WhatsApp message says, "Good afternoon, DNC. General Sibiya brought that document from General Rabi for your signature. She advised that DNC signs it instead of NASCOM, as the letter is addressed to DIFCOM CI." Then I said, and you can see the time is 16:23. I was no longer in office, I think. I may have been somewhere. I said, "Thank you. Let's sign it in the morning then. This is me." And then this was now on the 16th of January. Then this is the letter that I wanted to, or the annexure that I wanted to just show that my office received it from General Sibiya, and she even sent a note at night, in the evening, and say a message and say, "We received this. They say you must sign it because since it was sent directly to the DIFCOM." Now the National Commission didn't want to sign it from his office, bypass me to the DIFCOM. He just said, "No, since it's addressed to the DIFCOM, then let's be assigned it." Then I signed it. As you see, that letter is not prepared by me. All of it is from the National Commissioner's office.
But it was you that requested, is it General Rabi, to prepare it?
I asked General Rabi. I informed the National Commissioner that I asked General Rabi. The National Commissioner also called General Rabi and said, "Assist General Sibiya to prepare this close-up report." Yes.
Thank you. Please continue.
And did you read the report before you signed it?
I read the report.
And you agreed with the contents?
I read the
Obviously.
contents and I was satisfied.
Okay. Paragraph 80 then.
Before you do that, that message, that WhatsApp message refers to a letter that was addressed to the divisional.
That is the same letter that I signed for the deactivation, as instructed by the National Commissioner.
Yes. No, I'm trying to clear my confusion at least. That message refers to a letter that you wrote to the divisional commissioner, and yet there's discussion of instructions to General Rabi from you. Can you just reconcile that so that I understand the sequence and what these facts that are being spoken to here about?
The letter that I wrote to the divisional commissioner, is my letter now, but that comes from the office of the National Commissioner to say, no, because it's directed to the divisional commissioner, let it then be signed by the DNC. But the preparations of the letter come from General Rabi's office.
At your instance, though, yes, it comes from General Rabi's office at your instance.
I want to remind the the chair that General Masemola himself, he also said he instructed General Rabi to help me. I understand and I accept when the chair says, in your instance, but how I was advised is that when you establish or you disestablish or whether you want to build a police station or whatever that you want to do in the police, there need to be a work study report that shows that there was an investigation or a study conducted. Now, in deactivating all the things that needs to be in the report, so the best person who can advise you on how to put this report together will be General Rabi. I called him. Then, when the National Commissioner later, when I communicated with him and said, okay, because he was saying to me, the minister says he wants the close-up report by the 20th, and then I will be back on the 14th. Make sure that when we meet, I've got the close-up report. And then I told him that, no, I've also asked General Rabi. He then also called General Rabi to say, General Rabi, make sure that there is this report, and then so that I can get it. In my case, then I then directed to General Kumalo as is, and then because the National Commissioner wanted to have a meeting with me on the 14th upon his arrival, I said to General Kumalo, you make sure that I get it on the 13th so that me and him can engage, see where we can fix or change. If it's okay, then the next morning I meet with the National Commissioner. That's what happened and how it happened.
Please continue.
Thank you, Chair. You were at paragraph 80.
General Rabi had cited the author of the implementation plan as being the National Commissioner. That is the first draft. As such, my office had sent it to the National Commissioner for his signature. However, upon discussion with the National Commissioner on the said implementation plan, he instructed me to sign. In view, it was an operational matter, and it was not necessary for him to sign it.
In his view, it was. You said in view. I'm saying in his view, it was.
Yes. Sorry, Chair.
So just to clarify this, because you took us to Annexure SS 43, and SS 43 says General Sibola advised. Sibola advised that the DNC signs it instead of NATCOM. And then in paragraph 80, you say the National Commissioner instructed you to sign it. Because in his view, it was an operational matter. So those are two conflicting statements.
Which page, paragraph?
The paragraph you just read, you said that the National Commissioner instructed you to sign it off.
Yes.
But you just took us to SS 43.
The point is that, General, that conflicts with the WhatsApp text you referred us to.
Yeah, it's not a conflict at all. My staff officer or my admin officer in the office will come to my office and say, General Sibola says. When you say General Sibola says, it is the National Commissioner who says. When it comes from General Brigadier Letoko, says Brigadier Letoko says. This is something that comes from the National Commissioner. Now, how she crafted the message that says General Sibola brought the document from General Rabi for your signature. She advised that DNC sign it instead of NATCOM, as a letter is addressed to DIVCOM. So General Sibola will never come to me, give me an instruction that does not come from the National Commissioner. So, hence we are sitting with that document, maybe the emails that shows that is a paragraph that I read before that says General Rabi wrote the document, sent it to General Sibola. And then the author, when you look at the author, it was the National Commissioner. I took that letter to the National Commissioner and said, NASCOM sign, here is the report that you wanted. He said, no, I can't sign this thing because you can sign it, it's operational. But when you look at the fact that there was correspondence between General Sibiya and General Rabi, it went back to General Rabi, then it came back now as my name, General Sibiya now, no longer, Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, no longer National Commissioner. And you can see that it come from General Rabi. Both of them come from General Rabi. Whether you're talking about the first one of the National Commissioner and the second one come from General Rabi, but through General Sibiya. Now, it is General Sibiya who contact my office and say, no, the DNC can sign it. It does not necessarily mean that it's her instruction. She says I can sign it because from the NASCO, it's directed to the divisional commissioner, so General Sibiya can sign it. It's not a contradiction at all.
Okay, maybe I can ask it this way. Did the National Commissioner speak to you directly and instruct you to sign it off?
Yes.
And when was that?
Remember, I took the first report to him, and he says it in his report that I came to see him on the 14th, and I found him in a meeting with General Sibiya. Remember, it was his first day. There were a couple of things to discuss, including that as well. But then that's when he said, look, you can sign, I think you can sign it because this is operational and this is your team anyway. And then that's when you see the correspondence between General Sibiya and Rabi again. Now, General Rabi coming with a different document that is now written General Sibiya. But you see, the safety point here is this. From General Rabi, it didn't come to me straight. It went to General Sibiya still, who is in the Office of the National Commissioner still, coming to me still from General Sibiya. Whether it came from General Rabi or General Sibiya, it came from the National Commissioner's office to my office. And as you can see, the moment General Sibiya get involved with my PA or staff officer and say, the General can sign it, it doesn't necessarily have to spell out to say that the National Commissioner says General can sign it. So no, General Sibiya can sign it because it's directed to the DIFCOM. There's no contradiction there.
I think, General, what we are trying to clarify is you referred us to SS43. Contains an explanation why your letter is addressed to the divisional commissioner. That's your SS43, and that's what you rely on.
Yes.
And in the next WhatsApp message on that same page, you say, I will sign the following day. And you explain it's because it was at night, and I think the following day is the 17th. And then in paragraph 80, you appear to give another explanation why you became the one that signed. So keep in mind SS43, which provides an explanation, which you say it's an instruction from the National Commissioner. He said you must sign because the letter is addressed to the Divisional Commissioner. So we have that explanation. But then in 80, paragraph 80 of your statement, you appear to provide a different explanation why you signed, and I think we are trying to clarify how do we reconcile, or how do you reconcile, maybe how do you reconcile, or how do you want us to reconcile SS43 and what you say in paragraph 80, where you say the National Commissioner instructed me to sign because in his view it was an operational matter. That reason is different from SS43. The WhatsApp message in SS43, at least that's how we are reading it, and that's what we are trying to reconcile.
Yes. Thank you very much, Chair and Commissioners. I just want to say, as is how it happened. The fact that I said, the National Commissioner said, gave me the reason, say, no, you can sign it, it's an operational matter. I'm not taking away still that point. Whilst I also look at the fact that here I'm saying, they say, the National Commission say is because it is addressed to the divisional commissioner. It means it's operational, it's your division, deal with it. So this is the message that I have, but in my meeting with the National Commissioner, so it's sign it is operational.
The National Commissioner would this to you, following your sequence here in paragraph 79 and 80, the National Commissioner would have said this to you on the 16th itself.
On the, not on the 16th,
Yes.
It would have been on the 14th.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Ms. Asim.
Thank you. I think we should proceed with the remainder of the statement. So can you go to paragraph 81?
Consequently, I changed the name on the implementation plan to my own, and on 17 January, the implementation plan and addressed it to the Divisional Commissioner Crime Intelligence, Lieutenant General Kumalo. A copy of this implementation plan is attached as SS3. Now, I do notice where I say I changed, but in actual fact, when I look at the letter itself, the both letters, same letterheads, same font, same type of a document, it tells me that this is how it came. And if it is to be, it's a mistake when I say I changed it because I signed it. It was before I knew that no, but it was sent back. When I say I changed this subsequent, is when the National Commissioner made in one of, when I went to the Labor Court, the National Commissioner said, I rejected his report, and he went back and he went and changed it to his name. Then I responded by saying, but I changed it to mine signature because the National Commissioner, it is operational. But when you begin to get all the paperwork here and there, and you get, remember, National Commissioner or commissioners, I was removed from office and everything, everything. So I worked from my my memory, and then I worked from asking, do you have this or that? Now, whatever I might have said, yes, I will accept the difference. When you say, why did you say you changed it when in fact, here you see important here to note is that the author of the document is General Rabi and the intention is the same. Whether it's me who signed it, who changed this, or it's the same document.
It actually is important, General, because we need to understand what evidence you're relying on. Are you now saying, because you say in your statement, I changed the name on the implementation plan to my own. Are you saying now you want to change that? You want to correct that was not correct when you put it this way?
Yes.
In your written statement. Now, as you sit here, you're saying that's not correct. In fact, you did not change the name.
Yes.
On the implementation plan.
Yes. And the reason why I'm saying this also, Commissioner, you can see this document, this WhatsApp message is a supplement that was sent much later, I think last week, but it's something that was sent at a much later stage and say, she said, General, I came across this message, I think maybe it might be of assistance. And that's when I saw we needed this thing. So the fact that I wrote here, I changed. To me, I accept that I said that, but I don't find it to be that material from my angle. But if the chair says, look, that it is a material, I will keep quiet, Chair.
I think we have that. In my view, and I cannot speak on behalf of the commissioners, it's material. Either you changed your name or you didn't, and we must know, which version it is you're giving us, because you gave us two different versions. But you're now saying that you want to change your original version to say that you received it with your name on it.
That's what I
Okay.
say.
We can move on then, Chair. All right. I think you're at paragraph 82. Paragraph 82.
Chair, before I go to paragraph 82, I'm just, my mind kicks back on that what the evidence leader just said, but my only concern is that here we are dealing with the documents whose contents, all of it, comes from the Office of the National Commissioner. Now, to me, whether I change the name on top as to it's me or from him, I'm dealing with a document that was not prepared by me. It was prepared by the Office of the National Commissioner. So I just wanted to put that point. So
Thank you.
I'll move to
Thank you, General.
to 82.
Sure.
On the National Commissioner's own version, as set out in his answering affidavit in the urgent application instituted by me in the Pretoria High Court under case number 2025 123874, he advised me to consult with General Rabi in the drafting of an implementation plan for the closure of the PKTT. To avoid prolixity, I only attached the relevant portion of the National Commissioner's answering affidavit marked SS14. So I want us to look into SS14 page.
It's file 2 of 10,
211.
page 210.
Which one? Two one zero. No. I'm being given, this one, it talks about events leading up to my instruction to stay at home. It's not the right one.
This is SS14 that you provided us, General. It's an
SS
extract from the answering affidavit of the minister filed in the High Court.
General, what are you trying to find? The implementation plan.
No, Commissioner, we're saying on the National Commissioner's own version, as set out in his answering affidavit in the urgent application instituted by me in the High Court under the case number 2025 123874, he advised me to consult with General Rabi in the drafting of an implementation plan for the closure of the PKTT.
General, look at page 211, paragraph 8.6, the last sentence. It starts with, I advised him to consult. Is that what you're looking for?
Page 211.
Page 211, remember we are in file 2, the annexures. Are you in the right file?
File 2, yes.
Yes. So look at page 211, paragraph 8.6, the sentence that starts with, I advised. Remember, it's General Masemula speaking, not you.
Yes. The applicant informed me that the task team should be closed down.
Note down, General, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line from the top. I advised him to consult with.
I advised him to consult with Major General Rabi, Head of Strategic Management, in drafting an amended plan for closing down the task team. I called Major General Rabi to assist him with the phase-out plan. That's what I needed.
Yes.
To say, even the National Commissioner, he does admit that he advised me to communicate with General Rabi. And that, so which means that plan that I signed, we were working together with the National Commissioner. We were in this thing together that I signed and sent. Can I proceed to
Yes.
Paragraph 83.
83? The National Commissioner further confirms on his own account that he personally contacted General Rabi and requested him to assist me with the development of a phased-out implementation plan. The email correspondence annexed here to bears this out and demonstrate that Major General Rabi was not a How are you doing? How are we doing?
are ready to resume, please make sure that your cell phones are off. Thank you.
General, you had finished with paragraph 83 just before lunch. Can you proceed from paragraph 84, please?
In summary, the implementation plan provided as follows, among other things: conveyed Minister Mkunu's directive to establish the PKTT. It outlined the measures necessary to ensure that ongoing investigations were not disrupted and dealt with transitional arrangement relating to the disbandment of the PKTT. It directed that, among other things, temporary transition teams process and address any arising challenges be set up. Such teams to report to General Khumalo. The investigative personnel of the PKTT responsible for the case dockets report to General Khumalo until they were reassigned to alternative units. This personnel remain responsible for all investigations and resources allocated to them until a formal handover was completed in accordance with the established protocol. Likewise, crime intelligence personnel remain accountable to the relevant divisional and provincial commissioners until final arrangements were communicated. Comprehensive handover protocols for all ongoing investigations be established and implemented in consultation with the Divisional Commissioner for Detective and Forensic Service, Lieutenant General Hilda Sintumula. Detailed record of all handed over investigations be maintained and appended to the final report. All case dockets be handed over to a location to be designated by General Sintumula, who would establish a secure repository for same. PKTT members be assigned to other units within SAPS in consultation of General Sintumula.
You say reassigned, not assigned. Maybe there's not much of a difference, but in the statement you say reassigned.
Yes, Commissioner. Yes, Chair.
Please continue.
A detailed record of the redistributed resources be maintained and appended to the final report. The National Commissioner's witness statement before the Commission, he contends that on 15 February, I attended at his office.
January, I think you mean, General.
On 15 January 2025, I attended at his office where I found him in the presence of General Sebola. He alleges that I briefed him on the implementation plan, which was allegedly amended from the version that I presented on the previous day, and requested that he sign it. He further contends that he declined to sign the letter and informed me that he preferred the PKTT to be disbanded through a process of gradual winding down. According to his version, leave the matter with him, indicating that he would thereafter take the process forward himself. Whilst it is correct that the National Commissioner did not sign the implementation letter, this was not for the reasons he now advances. I reiterate that the true reason, as addressed above, is due to the fact that he regarded the implementation plan as an operational matter. This is further borne out by the email sent by General Sebola to my office on 16 January 2025, in which the implementation plan was forwarded. If the National Commissioner's version were correct, namely that on the 15th, he instructed me to leave the matter with him and that he would thereafter take the process forward, they would have been no basis for Major General Sibiya to transmit the implementation plan to me the very next day, considering the fact that on the 15th, he said, stop, leave everything to me. And General Sibiya was there, according to the National Commissioner. Then the next morning, on the 16th, I still get correspondence from General Sibiya. Now that should tell us that really, if that was correct, then General Sibiya was wrong also to send me a document the next morning. This is particularly so given that on the National Commissioner's own version, General Sibiya was present during the discussion of this very issue on the 15th January 2025. The conduct of General Sibiya is therefore irreconcilable with the version now advanced by the National Commissioner. The contention now advanced by the National Commissioner that he instructed me to leave the matter with him constitutes a clear afterthought. It is contrived and it is advanced solely to bolster a retrospective narrative that I acted without authority in issuing the disbandment implementation plan. In amplification of this submission, I refer to paragraph 118 of the National Commissioner's witness statement, wherein he alleges that following his purported discussion with me, he also engaged General Kumalo and instructed him to prepare a preliminary report in accordance with the minister's directive on the 31st of December 2024. He further alleges that because this instruction emanated directly from him, it took precedence over my instruction of 17 January 2025. A copy of the relevant portion, his witness statement, is attached here to as annexer, marked SS15. May I read that relevant clause on annexer 15? And there's a specific reason why I believe that it is very much important, because can we go to page 217? My apology, commissioners. I'm slow when it comes to. I want to refer specifically where the National Commissioner say, okay, at the later stage, the president, it is, sorry, man, 117. Paragraph 117. On the 15th of January 2025, Lieutenant General Sibiya came to my office and found me with Major General Sibiya. He briefed me on the prepared plan letter for the PKTT. He presented a plan letter directed to Lieutenant General Kumalo, which letter he requested that I sign. I did not sign the plan and told him I would prefer that it ultimately the PKTT was to be disbanded, which I was against. I did not want it to be abrupt, but rather be taken through the process of winding it down gradually. I told him to leave the matter with me, and I will continue with it myself and develop a report plan that the minister required. Lieutenant General Sibiya was well aware that, as the National Commissioner, only I had the authority to sign off the letter he wanted me to sign. Notwithstanding this, he proceeded to issue the same letter under his own name on the 17th of January 2025, without even changing the due date, which was stated as 16 January 2025. This letter was issued under Lieutenant General Sibiya's name after Lieutenant General Kumalo and I briefed the minister on 16 January 2025 on Lieutenant General Sibiya's involvement and association with the criminal syndicates. I deal with this briefing later. Now, In line with my discussion with Lieutenant General Sibiya, I also had a discussion with Lieutenant General Khumalo. I told him to prepare a preliminary report as contained in the Minister's Directive of 31st December 2024, and that we should aim for 20 January 2025 to submit a report. Since this was a direct instruction from me, it took precedence over Lieutenant General Sibiya's instruction of 17 January. The reason why I wanted to read this, it pains me to see where the National Commissioner compares himself to me. I'm his subordinate. I report to him. He's my boss. He cannot say he gave an instruction and I also gave an instruction, and then his instruction took precedence over his because he's a National Commissioner. Whatever that I wrote or whatever that I submitted, all of it comes from the Office of the National Commissioner. Even if, let's say, the National Commissioner was not in agreement with the letter that was written by General Rabi, it was for the National Commissioner to say to General Rabi, but I don't agree with this. Under normal circumstances, in situations like those, when we have to come up with a strategy on how to fight, whether it's cash in transit or what, and the National Commissioner is not happy with the document, he will call all of us and say, I'm not happy with this. Sit down, put a document that I want, and he will give guidance and will say, I'm going. I'll come back at 12 o'clock midnight, and you must tell me that you must give me the document that I want. So to say, the National Commissioner said, leave it to me, I'll take it over and I'll do it myself. Then later, he then also come and say, I told General Khumalo to ignore him, and then because of the fact that he's a National Commissioner, his instruction took precedence over mine. There was no competition there. He's my boss also. Whatever that he says goes. So I just wanted to bring that point, to say that there was no competition here. What I did is what the National Commissioner was directing. And even as I was writing other letters, it's because the National Commissioner never said to me, stop, I'll take it up myself, I'll do it myself. He never said that to me. So I thought we were running smoothly with the National Commissioner. We kept on attending many other meetings with the National Commissioner, hoping that we were together with the National Commissioner. In the meantime, the National Commissioner was running with the hares and hunting with the hounds, where you you cannot play for two teams at the same time. You run with us here, you are with us, you cooperate with us, you support us here, and then on the other hand, that side, you go that side and you prevent the same plan that you implement in this side. Because why I'm saying that, if the National Commissioner said, leave it to me, I'll do it myself. It has never happened in the record of my involvement with the National Commissioner, because the bottom line, I'm senior to General Khumalo. He will say, no. Normally we'll even sit together and do it and fix it. Or he will call General Khumalo and others and say, let's work together, and then we'll sit in a boardroom, flash it there, and then start working on it. So this thing that National Commissioner said, stop it, I'll do it myself. But then the next morning, I still get correspondence from the National Commissioner that says, sign it, proceed. Then I sign it and proceed. Now, that to me, I wanted the commissioners, chair, to look at it and really, with circumspect. Because I'm saying, there's no way that I could, I've never in my life, having worked with the National Commission, defied him or argued with him or differed with him in any way. Whatever that he said as the National Commissioner,